Men being sloppy in their finances is truly ruining society. Now, this topic gets a lot of flack. They call it toxic masculinity, and that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about divine masculine, which within finances. When a man is sloppy, spiritually, physically, and financially, his household is in absolute ruins. Men, it is your responsibility to get your shit together financially, physically, and spiritually. And today I'm going to talk about my journey and what I've learned around getting my shit together financially and what happens when you provide protection, provision, and safety. Now, I was taught for a very, very long time that, you make money, you spend money. And when I finally started to realize that I was sloppy physically, spiritually, and financially, and I put blinders on and I stopped worrying about what you were doing, and I started heavily focusing on God as my number one, family, and protection of my ecosystem at all costs, and staying out of other men's business. I'm too busy working on my whole life changed because I realized that as I was judging other men, as I was trying to chase this white rabbit and this dragon, this golden dragon, trying to get rich quick, the next crypto and all this stuff, that my family was suffering. My ecosystem was suffering. And I finally went to God and I said, God, what do you want from me? And I asked for wisdom like King Solomon. Give me wisdom, please. I took the wisdom of King Solomon and said, please give me wisdom. And he started to show me how sloppy I was physically, how sloppy I was financially, and how sloppy I was spiritually. There was no one to blame. It wasn't you. It wasn't the relationship with my ecosystem, whatever. It was me. And so I looked in the mirror and I said, what could I do? I looked at my physical walk, I looked at my spiritual walk, and I looked at my financial walk. And I built massive ecosystems in all of them. Spiritually, I started a prayer walk with my family. Every single morning I wake up, I pray. Every single time we eat, we pray. In our house, we read the Bible and we work to understand God as deep as we can and walk with Jesus Christ. Physically, I got a personal trainer that kicks my ass every single week. I went to an internal holistic person. I got my blood tested, my hair sample, no dairy, no gluten, completely changed my internal health. And then I got really detailed the last 6 years in my financial health. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I'll tell you what happened to me personally is when I started to be unsloppy with my finances and I stopped this 50-50 bullshit. And I started making sure I took care of everything. It's God, family, protection of ecosystem. That means I had to make sure that every single dime that I earned was put into something that would create and multiply so I could take care of my family and my whole ecosystem. I created a disciplined structure, budget financially, an investment plan, and I created my capital DR strategy. And I took my family from sloppy finances in 2020, losing everything, to a millionaire investor, to a millionaire entrepreneur, to be able to take care of not only my family, but my ecosystem. And what I did is I understood that 50-50, this whole bullshit they're selling you in this world of 50-50, men, you're supposed to take care of everything. That's your job. Now, this isn't toxic masculinity. This doesn't mean the woman can't work. It doesn't mean the woman can't earn. It doesn't mean the woman can't go out there and succeed and build and create. It means she has the freedom and the flow to do that. Because when a woman is operating in her masculine with money, it creates immature feminine. When a woman is operating in her fluidity with divine femininity with money, she becomes wealthy beyond measure. So my partner is doing very well financially. She's actually CEO of our company. She makes her own wealth. She does very, very well. But I take care of everything. We go out to dinner, I pay. We go on a trip, I pay for everything. That's my responsibility. It doesn't matter how much money she makes. It's not 50-50. That's something that's been sold to us to disrupt the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So it shouldn't be 50-50, men. You should be taking care of everything or working towards that. You should be working towards that. I had a young man that reached out to me on Twitter. He said, well, I'm doing everything I can. We're 50-50 right now. That's the key. If you're doing everything you can, kudos to you. Because at some point, you will need to take over those finances, okay? A man is designed to work hard. A man is designed to provide. A man is designed to protect. A man should have a framework with his finances. He should have a budget. A man should have an investment plan. He should have an ecosystem that he's able to teach his family and his kids of what it looks like. You should be looking at your finances every single morning and seeing what you did the last 24 hours. Did you protect and provide provision, or did you spend frivolously, and where is your money going? You should be having family meetings, letting them know the vision and the plan of what's going on. You also need to make sure that they don't feel scared, that they understand that you got it financially, that you're doing everything you can. They shouldn't feel the fear and the anxiety. That's our responsibility as a man. That's what we're built for, men. And I'm starting to see in society that they're pulling this out of us at a very deep level. You got food delivered to your house. You got groceries delivered to your house. Men are sloppy physically, spiritually, and most of all, financially. The key is to build a structure. The key is to become disciplined. The key is to go out there and work your ass off, work hard, work smart. Once you get earning, invest. But man, I'll tell you what, when you start to stop doing 50-50 and you take care of everything, when the woman can rest knowing that you got her back financially, she will magnetize you 10 times over. You will become wealthier than you could ever imagine. She's freaking out on you and emotional because she doesn't trust you. She's freaking out on you and emotional because she doesn't feel safe with you. She's freaking out and emotional because she doesn't feel like things are going to be okay. But when you have your shit together financially, or you're working towards it and you're sharing the plan, she can rest. And when you're not sloppy physically and you're getting your shit together and you're exercising and you can actually protect your family, she and your kids can rest. And when you're spiritually leading that family and praying and provision and praying for protection, she can rest. And when a woman who is divine can rest, she will magnetize your household like you've never seen before. So don't let this world get it twisted, guys. There's nothing wrong with providing. There's nothing wrong with working your ass off to provide provision and perfection. There is something wrong with you being sloppy with your money. There is something wrong with you spending your money on gambling and pornography and things that don't move your family forward. So, man, it's time for us to stand up, not against anybody else, but against your own demons. And I know that when I did this, it not only magnetized me physically, spiritually, but damn, it magnetized me financially. When I was able to take care of everything, when I was able to make sure that people were eating because of my hard work and dedication, when I made sure that my suffering was their peace and my effort was their relaxation, and my ability to take care of everything was their magnetization, and they could magnetize their creation, their flow, and their intuition, it was game over for me. So, man, I encourage you to get your shit together spiritually, physically, and financially. We're going to start bringing more videos like this. We're going to be really direct. We're going to provide framework. We're going to provide understanding. And we're going to rise together, not against anybody, but against ourselves and battling our own demons that we know that we have the ability to conquer. I love you guys. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Let's go.